मैं शफीक कुरैशी हूँ। आज मैं आपसे डिस्कस करता हूँ द यूज़ ऑफ मच, मैनी एंड a lot of. Much, many, a lot of. Most of the students, they really face a lot of trouble in understanding and the use of much, many, and a lot of. They can't precisely understand where to use much, where to use many, and where to use a lot of. We just mix them, and we get confused, and we indiscriminately use them without knowing what is the exact use of much, many, and a lot of. Now, for example, I say to you, we haven't got many eggs. We haven't got many eggs. Many eggs. So I use before noun, for plural noun, eggs, I used many. Will you need much money? Will you need much money? Now you say that I put much instead of many before money. Now what's the reason? The use of much or many is entirely depends upon the use of where we use them, which noun we use them before. Is the noun plural, singular, and uncountable? Plural nouns are the countable nouns, and singular also they are the countable. But if we talk about the uncountable nouns, they are uncount nouns. They cannot be counted. There isn't much cooking fat. Now I talk about the cooking fat. Fat is a noun. It is uncountable noun. And which kind of fat? Cooking fat. So I use adjective before fat. There isn't much cooking fat. Are there many people here? Are there many people here? Now I use many before people, and before fat I used much. There are a lot of, there was a lot of blood on his face. There was a lot of blood. Now you see that instead of using much or many, I used a lot of. A lot of blood. Where was the blood? On his face. We have had a lot of visitors this years. We have had a lot of visitors this year. Now you see that have had, when I use have and had both. So here had, have and had, they are used in present perfect tense. Present perfect tense, and we use present perfect tense for recently completed actions, the action that has just been completed. So when we don't have the main verb available to us, so we use had as third form of the verb. Have is actually the present, and had becomes third form of the verb if main verb is not available. So we call it present perfect tense. So we see that we have had a lot of visitors this year. Now, when I pronounce EAR, so this is called ear. And when I say YEAR, so there should be some difference between EAR and YEAR. And we pronounce both the words in a similar way. So when there is a Y starting the word from Y, so we call it year. We pronounce it like year, not ear. So you see that the one word quantity expressions, much and many, are usually found only in negative and interrogative sentences. Much and many, they are generally found Generally, they are used in the negative sentences, negative or interrogative sentences. They are generally used there. And simple in for example, if I talk about the affirmative sentences, means positive sentences. If I talk about the affirmative sentences, simple quantity is normally expressed with a lot of. Now you see, just see the difference between negative, interrogative, and then affirmative sentences. Affirmative, positive, negative, interrogative, and affirmative. In negative and interrogative sentences, we use much and many generally. And a lot of expression, a lot of used in the positive or affirmative sentences, the sentences which are affirmative. So simple quantity is normally expressed with a lot of, or one of these expressions. We have many synonyms of a lot of. It is not nice, it's not good to use one expression repeatedly, again and again. It should be replaced by some other alternatives. For example, lots of, lots of, lots of, and then I talk plenty of, a great deal of, a large number of, a great many, a large quantity of. I repeat it. A lot of, we use an expression a lot of. There are so many alternatives. There are so many synonyms, mean the similar expressions with the similar meaning. Although the expressions are different, but the meaning is the same. For example, lots of, plenty of, a great deal of, a large number of, a great many, a large quantity of. Okay, for example, I use them in a sentences. For example, I say there weren't many people in sight. In sight, sight, both are separate words. In is a preposition and sight that could be seen. Okay, so in sight. So there weren't many people in sight. I use the word many people. Many people. So now you, if just look at the sentence, were not, there weren't, there were not many people. So I specifically use the word many. I can't use here there weren't a lot of people, lots of people, great deal of people. I can't use because this is affirmative. This is affirmative expression. Now I say a number of people gathered round. A number of people gathered round. Now you see that the negative sentence is converted into the positive one. And once the sentence become affirmative or positive, so you see that much or many is replaced by a lot of, or number of, great deal of, lots of, whichever the expression, whichever you like, you can use them. So whenever you write or speak something on something, whenever you use a language, so keep on changing the expression. Don't always remain confined to using just one expression. Now I say, I used to have a great many friends. Great many. It's not just many. Many is preceded by great. Great many. Now the expression has been changed. So this is a positive expression. I used to have a great many friends. So many, a great many, a large number of. So you see, these are the expressions. So if I say, yes, once again I repeat, many, a great many, a large number of are used only with the countable nouns. many, a great many, a large number of are used only with countable nouns in plural. Countable nouns in plurals. In plurals, whichever is the number, they are still countable. Whether they are in thousands, millions, trillions, they are countable. Okay, ji? Now, if I say a lot of blood, it's positive. Lots of money, plenty of cocoa, a lot of people, lots of things, plenty of biscuits. So, if I say there wasn't much traffic, there wasn't much traffic. Now, this traffic, this is uncountable noun. And the sentence is in negative. There wasn't, was not much traffic. I can't say there was not a lot of traffic or lots of traffic, a great deal of traffic. So, because this is the negative expression, so I have to use much or many here. There wasn't a great deal we could do. There wasn't a great deal we could do. A great deal we could do. A large amount of money was stolen by the thieves. A large amount of money was stolen by the thieves. It's again a positive. So I said the large amount of. So now much, a great deal of, a large amount of, etc. These have been used here. Now, a lot of, lots of, generally spoken English only, use plenty of, can be used with uncountable or uncountable noun, or countable, uncountable or countable nouns. So a lot of, lots of, and plenty of can be used with uncountable and countable nouns. So now let's talk about the exclamatory sentences. I, for example, say, what beautiful weather. What beautiful weather. So when I express my strong feeling, so I have to put an exclamatory sign at the end of this sentence. If I say, now you see, it's starting with what? What beautiful weather. So exclamatory sign, we just draw a line at the end of the sentence and put a dot at the bottom. So this is called exclamatory sign. What wild things young men are. What wild thing. You see that the sentence starting with what? This shows some exclamatory, the tone of exclamation. And again at the end of this sentence we put exclamatory sign. So whenever you express the strong feeling, at the end of expressing the strong feeling you have to put a sign that is exclamatory sign. That would clearly show that you are really having a strong feeling. Otherwise, I'm not speaking. In the speaking, I can express from the tone that I express my strong feeling. But in writing, how can I express the strong feeling? This is only through the punctuation marks. In the speaking, I can use stress and intonation. In writing, there is no concept of stress or intonation. I can just use my punctuations, and punctuations are a wonderful alternative of the intonations and stress. If I say, what splendid summer we have had. What splendid summer we have had. Again, I express the strong feeling. What actually is used with uncountable nouns and plurals. With uncountable nouns and plurals. What? And what are? If I say what are with countable noun in the singular, with countable noun in singular.